The absolute worst business that you can start in 2026 is a service-based business. And on this episode of The Code to Conquering Money, I am going to break down why that is. Now, keep in mind, I did not say that a service-based business couldn't be advantageous, but there are some key factors, there are some critical components that you as a service provider definitely need to know. And you should hear it from somebody that has actually came from the service provider world, and that is myself. Now, let's get into it, you guys. So here's why a service-based business is the worst business that you can start, okay? Number one, service providers or a service solopreneur typically trades a lot of time for money, okay? So I want you guys to think about the landscaping guy or the pressure washer guy or the hairstylist or the nail tech, right? Although these individuals have some amazing skill sets, if they don't show up to provide the service, they don't get paid, meaning the income that they earn is limited because they're earning that money with a limited resource. What's that limited resource? Time. Okay. So anytime you guys are utilizing a limited resource, which is time, right, to acquire money, your money will always be limited as well, too. So it's very, very hard to scale, okay, a service or a service business. If you're the only individual that provides the delivery, it's going to be very hard to scale that up because there's only so many hours in a day. Right. So I remember when I was doing pressure washer, right? I remember when I was doing pressure washing. Although it was, fun because I was actually getting clients, although it was critical to actually learn some skills that played a part to where I'm at now in business, it was very, very frustrating and daunting, to say the least, because I was spending 4 to 5 to 6 of my precious time on one job. And, when I would sit back, yes, it was good to actually get amazing client reviews. In my mind, I was just like, there has to be a much better way to scale this. And I didn't have employees. I didn't even have a vehicle at the time. So not only was I going through complete hell to actually get to the job, not only was I the only individual that was doing everything, the marketing, the passing out the flyers, the social media posts, the appointment settings, right? I was the individual that was actually doing the delivery. And due to the fact that there is so many hours in a day, right? I knew from the core of my being that this wasn't the way that I want to go in business. Now, let's think about an individual like a hairstylist per se, right? Hairstylists, they get paid based on if somebody decides to get their hair done, right? However, these individuals are 100% talented in what they do. There are some amazing talented hairstylists, but right, if you do not have employees, okay, if you do not have systems, okay, if you do not have proper processes and infrastructure, quite frankly, you do not have a business. What you have is a job. Right? So if you're the only individual that's doing the hair and you don't have employees, or you don't own the salon with 2 or 3 or 4 more stylists, if you're the pressure washer guy and you're not getting the contracts and having individuals do the delivery, you do not own a business. What you are is self-employed. 2 critical components that you guys have got to understand, okay? And I noticed this because a lot of people think just because they go to vistaprint.com and they get business cards and they go out and they pass out their business cards and they're the only ones that's doing the service, they are under the impression that they have a business, and you don't, okay? Respectfully, you do not. You are what we call to be self-employed, okay? If you don't show up, the delivery doesn't get done. If the delivery doesn't get done, you don't get paid, okay? So here's the best thing that service providers can do. Productize a portion of your services. Productize a portion of your service. That way, okay, when you formulate what you do into a product, Okay. So if you're the pressure washer guy and you come out with your own cleaning solution, or if you're a hairstylist and you come out with your own, hair equipment, whatever the case may be, now you have the ability to scale because products are not capped by time. Make sense? Products don't do anything but sell. Products don't get tired. Products sell at 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. When you productize your service, or when you productize a portion of your service, congratulations, your business is about to be on easy street and income is about to skyrocket. And you're buying back your time. And let me also say this too, right? If you do have a product, or if you are looking to productize a portion of your services, I would say, depending on how great you are, or depending on how great the product is, whether that be a physical product or a digital product, okay, I would say definitely go into a premium price market. Meaning charge a premium price if you deliver a great solution. And if you don't know how to charge premium prices, if you're afraid of charging premium prices because you feel that you may be fairly new, I would highly recommend you go and get the Code to Conquering Money. Okay, my book, the link is in the description below. It is $27.99. On chapter 4, I show exactly how you can charge premium prices and you can be a complete newbie. Okay. How do you know, Adrecus? Because I've done it. And if I can do it, you can do it too. Chapter 4, $27.99. Click the link in the description. Go and get your copy. I'm going to send it to you priority. But physical products or digital products, you guys. And I want you guys to think about the key word in the word product. Okay. The key word in the word product is produce. Hello. So when you have a product, or when you have a productized something due to your service, you can produce. Hello. You have the means to produce more money and save your time and buy back your time. I'm telling you guys, a product can't do anything. A good product. Okay. A good product has the means to change your whole life, you guys. This is why, if you guys watch the show Shark Tank, right, which I'm a big fan of, if you guys watch the show Shark Tank, most of those entrepreneurs on that show, or that come on that show, they're pitching products, because products are so easy to scale, you guys. So easy to scale. So if you have a service, if you're the landscaper, if you're the pressure washer guy, if you're the graphic designer, if you're the hairstylist, if you're the nail tech, sit down for a minute. Okay. Discover what can be productized in your service. So look at everything that you do, right? Broaden the spectrum and ask yourself, what can I offer that can still be aligned with my service, but it can actually be productized? I would say hone in more on that. Okay. And as a melanated Black man, I have to say, one thing I notice about Black people, or our people, or my people, right? We have an inclination to just provide services, right? And I think that goes back to slavery days. In our DNA, we have this natural inclination to just serve and just deliver the help. Sometimes you guys deliver the help and don't even charge. You do it for free because you love it that much. I get it, but listen to me. Stop it. Okay. But I think we're so inclined to provide services for people because that's just in our DNA. Now, although having the DNA, or having the inclination to serve people, is actually a good trait, I want you to think about serving clients at a much more effective level, which is getting you a product or productizing your services. That way you can buy back your time, okay, and enter into your level of abundance much quicker, you guys. I'm telling you, much quicker, you guys, okay? Now, I have a service-based business, okay? I have a digital marketing company where we build private access systems for top professionals, but I'm not doing the delivery, right? I do sales, I do marketing, everything else employees. And your employees could be physical workers, or they can be virtual assistants. Virtual assistants you can get at Upwork or Fiverr for $5 to $10 to $15 a week, you guys. So the moment you have employees, that do the delivery and you're hands off now, if you have employees that do your logistics, or if you have employees that can take care of your CRM and organize your database, if you have employees that actually, they handle the sales, now you're entering into really having a service-based real business, because now you have delegation and you have automation. Delegation and automation are the only two things that make an actual business. Okay. Without automation, without delegation, again, you do not have a business. What you are is self-employed, you guys. Okay. And don't get discouraged, because if you prefer the self-employed route, that's perfectly fine. There is a lot of profits to be made being self-employed. I don't want you guys to get it twisted. I'm just saying, if you guys value buying back your time, productizing your service is the number one single-handedly best decision for you guys. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. And in closing, I want to leave you with this, okay? You're not going to catch Elon Musk at the Tesla dealership trying to get a commission, okay? You're not going to catch Jeff Bezos at Amazon shipping out packages, okay? Because they understand one very, very critical component about entrepreneurship, and it is this. Real entrepreneurs do not work in their business. They only work on their business. And that being said, you guys, again, if you haven't got your copy of the Code to Conquering Money, click the link in the description below. You're literally $127 payment away from learning how you can actually take your business and your service to the next level. I promise you guys, okay? Link in the description below. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, the online uncle, the people's favorite entrepreneur, Adrecus Culbreath. I love you guys so much, man. Until next time, thank you. God bless.